What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about a Leatherface game. I was very on the fence about covering this because I'm not honestly so sure, but I was convinced by one of my viewers who kind of pushed me to do it, and so I do want to thank him. But no, so this is something that has happened a few days ago, or this stuff came out, and basically what triggered this is that the domain name, or like the website name, leatherfacethegame.com, if you type that in, which you can do it right now, I've done it, unless it's magically changed all of a sudden, but leatherfacethegame.com, if you type that in, it redirects you to Gun Media's website. Now, Gun Media, obviously the makers of Friday the 13th, and for a while, it was heavily speculated, assumed even, I would even go so far to say that, right, that it would be a Halloween game, that they're working on a Halloween game, and in fact, I believe that's because the main guy who is doing kind of the motion work, actor Kane Hodder, he's posted some stuff in the past that have led people, maybe they've led them astray, maybe they have not, but, I guess I'll say this to kind of be, broad, right? I'm honestly excited for any game that they make. I think I have such a really, and I truly do mean this, I have such a love-hate relationship for Friday the 13th. If you get me going, I can tell you for an hour why I despise that game. But then, on the flip side, if you get me going, I can tell you how special that game was to me, how much I love the game, and how much I think it really meant to not just me, but the community, YouTubers, like Let's Play people, it did so, and just the creativity of it, it was incredible in a lot of ways, and I also kind of hate it in a lot of other ways that we won't go into really either of them, and maybe we will if you guys want me to in future videos, but, so I guess, again, to be broad, I would support anything. If you want to give me a Halloween game, if you want to give me a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, that's fine too. It's an odd choice. Now, I believe I read, I think it was on Comic Book Games, they said, one of the first movie or earliest video games based on a horror film was actually a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game a long time ago. So, it's been done before, and Leatherface is in Dead by Daylight, so you have a little bit of him, which he's a great, I think, killer in that game. But it would just be, it's interesting. It would kind of be different. I feel like it would be kind of the same as Friday the 13th. I don't really think anything they've done has indicated it would be vastly different. When I'm saying, if it's a Halloween game, I think it would be very similar to Friday the 13th. If it was a Leatherface game, I think it'd be very similar to Friday the 13th. I don't think there'd be much change there, except, I guess, in terms of how they act. So, give me whoever. I will say I'd prefer Michael Myers to Leatherface. There's just something about him. I don't really know how much more to say other than I would just prefer that. But ultimately, at this point, well, one thing I will say too, because I've seen people say this, I don't think the Halloween, if it's a Halloween game, let's say, just because the movie's coming out next month has nothing to do, you know what I mean? It's got absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, there could be internal pressure to get the game out or something like that, but to be flat out honest with you, I truly don't buy. It's the same argument of people with Hogwarts Legacy, right? The Wizarding World, where it's oh, maybe they're gonna line it up with Fantastic Beasts 3. Well, Fantastic Beasts 3 has been delayed twice, and Hogwarts Legacy has been delayed once. They've never been on similar paths ever, and because they're just, gaming is just so, you don't know that it can just be moved all over the place. So I would say, it could be a Leatherface game. That's definitely possible. I guess the first thing I thought, and I did see this online, the reason I'm not sold on this is anybody could do this. Okay, if you have the right, now we don't know who it is, and maybe if you guys are really good wizards online, you could find this, but, the person who owns LeatherfaceTheGame.com, whoever owns that name, okay, they could do, it doesn't matter who they are, they could link it to Gun Media. So, it could be official. It could be an official person, some sort of connection to the movie company or whatever, right? Somebody who has the rights to it could very easily be them, and this could be something that actually is okay, this for sure is happening because they own the rights and they're linking it to Gun Media, which is a subtle hint that for sure they're making the game. That could 100% happen. Okay, I'm not doubting it. However, literally Joe Smith, okay, in Mississippi could own, and I'm literally coming up, they could own the name, and they could say, oh, this would be fun to kind of mess with people. Let's just do that. That's equally just as likely. You know what I mean? So that's just something, that's the first thing I thought of. I saw people immediately say that. I think it was kind of spot on red at first. Immediately I saw people saying that. So it's definitely something to keep in mind. But again, no matter what they give, I'd be up for it. Honestly, I don't know, guys. I don't know when we would, maybe like the Game Awards. I don't think it comes out this year. I don't even know if it gets announced this year, but obviously it's coming. I mean, I think we're going to get it relatively soon. They've been working on it, I would say, for probably like at least 2 or so years at this point, right? So I don't think it's far off, but don't expect it maybe like, well, I think you guys are seeing this the day of the PlayStation Showcase. I doubt it would be shown here, although maybe, definitely possible, but I wouldn't I wouldn't expect it. So let me know what you guys think. What kind of game do you think this is in the comments? As always, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you really like my stuff and you want to support me elsewhere, I do have a Twitter. If you guys want to follow me there, I have a second YouTube channel. We also have Patreon and YouTube memberships. The links for all those things, if you guys want to support us, are in the description below. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you all on the next video.